in every man's life, there is always going to be this chapter in your story that determines whether or not you transform from a boy to a man. And it's going to suck. Probably a lot of you guys are experiencing it right now. A lot of you guys are probably going through it, and you guys are depressed, you guys are upset, and I feel for you because I've been there. But I want to talk about a couple things, especially a couple things that have allowed me to achieve success, but not only to achieve success, but to attract people that have disappointed me back into my life. Now, there's this saying that goes, God will put you in front of the people that disappoint you in the future once you make it. Now, for me, I don't really consider myself that I've made it, but I've made a substantial amount of money. I've made multiple 7 figures online with courses, e-commerce, info product, mentorships, all that things. And I want to be able to go through 3 capitals that you need to learn in order to become successful. And if you follow these 3 capitals, then you will put yourself in a position to really succeed and attract whatever you want back into your life, right? So the number one thing that turns any man, any boy into a man is a source of potent energy. And that energy, it could be negative. It could be super uncomfortable. And a great example of this would be like a heartbreak. Like for me, when I was in high school, 2016, 2017, I was head over heels over this one girl. We went out a couple times. We talked every single day. She would text me and lead me on, and all these things to make me feel good and make me feel like I'm a man, make me feel like I'm wanted. And then she ghosted me and disappeared, and I got no closure, and all I wanted was that closure. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about this towards the end. But the point is that those moments right there in a man's life, in a boy's life, when he gets super comfortable and the girl leaves him, is probably one of the most annoying things and probably one of the hardest things that every man is going to go through. And if you're going through a similar situation, I understand, and it's not your fault, okay? And we're going to be going into the 3 things very soon. But at this point, you're probably thinking like, okay, hey man, like I feel you, dude. Like I understand you, and I feel the exact same way. I can't go to bed at night. I can't sleep. I keep thinking about this person. All I want is a text message. All I want is closure. All I want to know is that she likes me, or at least tell her that, or have her tell me that she doesn't like me and that she met somebody else. But you're never going to get that closure, bro. Like you're never going to get that closure, and it's going to suck, and you just got to deal with it. Okay? And I know that like right now that, for example, you stumbled across this video because you're at a very low point in your life. And if you are, I understand. Like when I got my heart broken, all I could think about was personal development. So what I do, I started going to the gym. I started working on myself. I started building the ideal life, or trying to become the ideal person that she wants. Ideal person that she sees in a man. So then that way, I could win her back. And that was the only thing that was on my mind. I just wanted to have that one person back, right? So many sleepless nights. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was wondering if like she was talking to other guys. I was wondering if there was other guys in her DMs. She would walk around with other guys in the hallways and stuff like that at school, and it just fucking sucked. But the thing is that there's nothing that you can do in that present moment in order to change that. Now, in that case, when you're at this very low point, you have to make a decision. Now, that decision is going to be the choice that you make that will ultimately change your life. Now, the truth is that the reason why she doesn't want you is because you're just not a person of value. You don't have enough social capital. And I'll actually talk about that a little bit later. But you need to become somebody else. You need to become a man. You need to have responsibility. She wants a man that she can respect, that knows that she can be around and just stay safe. I'm not saying like go out there, start fucking fighting and shit like that, start becoming like some sort of weird boss and stuff like that. Don't do that. But just like really just think from the perspective, like, am I living in an abundant mindset, right? Like women love men that think abundantly, that believe that are in complete control of their lives. Okay? So just like you, watching so many different videos on how to get rich online, watching so many different videos on how to become successful, monk mode, how many times I should go to the gym, learning how to looks max, like all those things. I did everything, okay? I would stay up till 2 in the morning watching these videos, and I'll try to apply it. When I turned 18 years old, I went into the stock market, started trading right away, so that way I can make that money back, because in my mind, I just thought that if I were to get rich, that I'll be able to attract her again and back into my life. And then we can start going on to the dates that we went on, and we can start chatting and start texting like we did before, right? So I started working on myself. I started studying. I became obsessed with learning. And that actually starts off with, one of the first things, which is you need to understand and bring yourself up a value with your intellectual capital, right? So the first capital that you need to learn and you need to master in order to re-attract this person back into your life, because I did. I re-attracted this girl back into my life, and then when she got back into my life, believe it or not, like, I didn't think that it was right. And it's silly for me to say that, but I hope that doesn't happen to you. But aside from that, it's intellectual capital. It's your ability to learn, gather information, and make decisions and make choices that'll help you become more successful, right? Now, your intellectual capital is your ability to get access to information, like very secretive information, not very secretive information. There's a ton of information out there for free, but it's information that will allow you to move fast, so then that way you can become successful, and that way you can make an impact on other people, right? So a lot of the reasons as to why you want to start personal development in the first place is because you are inspired by some sort of negative source of energy, right? And you're trying to figure out a way to transmute that energy into something more positive. So your intellectual capital can be gathered and increased by cheap options. You didn't hear cheap options. Reading a book. Books are like, you can go to the bookstore, get a book for like $10, $20, $30, and it's cheap as shit. And you can learn so much information out of that to at least, like, for when you're ready to invest into large amounts, into a course, into a program, you're ready with the right mindset, you're ready with the right financial literacy, you're educated on the laws of the universe and things like that, right? But your intellectual capital is just super important. And then as you're gaining all this information from these audiobooks, these YouTube videos, podcasts, like those are free options, books, which are very cheap, you'll start to make more money, because then you start to learn and understand the value of time, the value of energy, right? And as soon as you start to learn those concepts and you start to learn the universal laws, the law of attraction, the law of reciprocation, the law of equivalent exchange, the karmic cycle, the law of attraction, I think I already said that one. And then also on top of that, how to think abundantly, you'll make more money just by increasing your intellectual capital, right? And as you make more money increasing your intellectual capital, then you be put into positions where you're ready to invest into larger high-ticket programs, right? High-ticket programs that I have, or high-ticket programs, you've probably seen programs like sales, high-ticket programs for drop shipping, high-ticket programs for Amazon FBA, high-ticket programs for investing into crypto and things like that. You just gather so much more sources. And the truth is that the more you invest, the faster that you go. And if you don't believe that, then like, damn, dude, like, I don't know what to tell you, because that is a very scarce and dangerous mindset to be in. And if you live in that mindset, then you need to figure out a way to fix up, okay? But your intellectual capital is going to be super, super important, okay? Sorry if it's bright. I'm going to go down here. Your intellectual capital is super important. And that will lead you, as you start making more money, that you will have to start building something and getting into the next capital, which is your social capital, right? So your intellectual capital is your ability to gather as much information as possible, make decisions, so then that way you can start making money. And as you start making that money, right, guess what? You're part of the 1% of learners, the 1% of earners, because you are gathering all this information, but valid information, not information that's skewed and like, that school teaches you, like all this like boring information and stuff like that, that's completely outdated, that's going to make you 60 to 80K a year. I'm talking about information that will literally make you like tens of thousands of dollars every single month, because I've done it, and it's amazing. As soon as you start making your first $1,000, $10,000 online, like your whole perspective around money will change. But anyways, as you start to learn learn all these different skill sets, guess what? Now you can do something called skill sharing. And the way that you skill share is that you have to gain and grow your social capital. So naturally, as you get your intellectual capital, you will grow naturally your social capital. Your social capital is your ability to help other people become a better version of themselves, help other people be put into positions to make more money, make better decisions, have more clarity, have more closure. Okay? And the social capital part was actually one of the reasons as to why I was able to attract these people back into my life in the first place. It was because I made myself a value. I learned so much information. I bought all these courses. I read all these books, all these audiobooks, listened to all these podcasts, and I made myself a person of value. And then I shared it online. Okay, I started building an Instagram, a YouTube. My way of sharing and proposing my social capital is through YouTube, like this video right here. It's through Instagram, it's through TikTok, it's through helping others that are trying to escape the 9-to-5, escape the matrix, so then that way they can live their dream life and do whatever they want, whenever they want, and do like pretty much anything that they want at any time of the day. You know, travel the world, make money online, bring their girl out to the dream vacation spot, the dream dinner spot, like all these things, okay? Anyways, that was my form of building my social capital. And through that social capital, right, I was able to help so many different people make thousands of dollars a month, tens of thousands of dollars a month, even upwards of $100,000 a month with one simple vehicle. Now, obviously, while you're gathering your intellectual capital and you're increasing that value of that, there's going to be a particular vehicle that you need to choose. Whatever vehicle that is totally up to you, right? There's so many different vehicles out there that can help you make money online, but you got to pick one. Don't try to dive into too many things. I'll tell you the one that I did like later on in this video. But aside from that, let's just talk about the importance of your social capital, right? Now, I'm sure that a lot of you guys are probably like, well, Adrian, I don't want to do, YouTube. I don't want to do Instagram. I want to be completely anonymous and I want to build my social capital. Well, like, okay, like you could do that. But truth is that you're going to get to a point where you're going to want to do it because it's probably one of the easiest ways on making money. Like skill sharing is probably one of the easiest ways of making money, sharing your value and making an impact on other people. Like, why wouldn't you want to become that person that can share like a lot of value and change people's lives? It's very silly. Now, obviously that could happen, but you can do these things like in your own workplace. Like you can build your social capital in your 9-to-5 job if you work a corporate job or whatever it is, right? Like you can technically go up to anybody in like any of your coworkers and give them value and say, hey, like I learned this is how you can become more productive, this is how you can be more efficient, here's a way that you're going to make your job easier, so then that way you don't have to go home and become extremely anxious or upset or tired out or burnt out, right, or overwhelmed. So you can actually give value in your own workspace, right? Help other people in your workspace become better. Like learn something that they don't and teach them it. So in that way they can become more efficient and then you can make their lives easier, right? And as you do that, you'll start to climb this ladder. You'll start being put on notice. Like people, like your bosses, your managers, they'll recognize your efforts for making the workplace a better environment, for making things way more efficient, way more effective than their current systems. And don't be surprised that once you do that, they will raise your rate. They'll raise your hourly rate. They'll probably offer you another position. Like I've seen these things happen where people just climb up the corporate ladder so much, but the way that they were able to do it in a fast way was providing value. And that's another way of like increasing your social capital, right? But your social capital is super important. Your ability to become a valuable person, an asset to other people so they can become a better version of themselves, okay? So now that they're a better version of themselves, now other people are going to start talking about you. They're going to be like, yo, like this person helped me with this, right? Like I've helped so many people make money, and then I started sharing these testimonials and sharing these stories of how I helped them, and then it got me more clients. It got me more business, right? I started making more money that way, okay? So obviously my way of doing it was through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, paid ads, and it's worked for me. But what worked for me might not work for you, but you need to figure that out, and you got to allow time to do its thing, okay? Now, social capital also allowed me to attract the girl back into my life because she started realizing that, whoa, like, what the hell? This guy changed. Like, this guy is a different person. I don't know what it is, but he lives more abundantly. He's thinking more abundantly. He's actually helping other people. He's changing people's lives. And, like, that's, like, the hero. That's, like, the hero journey. And you're going to go through so many different failures and things like that throughout your journey. But, however, just keep your head in the game. Stay locked in. Like, just keep fucking going. It's going to be worth it. But aside from that, your social capital, right? You'll start to build that up. You'll start to build almost like a community, right? And people are going to continue asking you for more help, and you got to be able to continue to have that energy and figure out where you can get that source of energy to build yourself, right? And share that value. That will then lead into your human capital. That's the third thing. Now, your human capital is basically your ability to attract other individuals. And what happens here is essentially, because you have your social capital, right, and you have your intellectual capital, people are just naturally going to gravitate towards you to ask for more help and gather and get more information out of you so it can change their lives. And this is also going to be a point in your business and your career where people for the first time are going to come to you and be like, hey, like, can I work for you? You know, can I do co-op for you? Are you taking on any interns? And then as you start taking those interns on, you'll start to realize that, whoa, like, if I can get these interns in and I can help them and give them experience, because you have so much already, you know, you read the books, you watched the podcast, you got the social capital, and you're proving to every other person that you can do it, that you're a person of value, and you actually got testimonials of you helping other people out, then people are going to start coming to you and be like, hey, like, can I do shit for you? Like, can I intern for you? Can I do this task for you so you don't have to worry about it? So you can start working on all the high leverage tasks. Like, that's like when things get super serious. And then you got to learn how to freaking eliminate the tasks that you don't want to do. You got to learn how to delegate automate, or systemize the tasks that you don't want to do. And then you got to delegate it, right? So there's going to be a point in your journey where you are going to have to, where people are just going to keep coming in. They're going to be like, hey, can I do this for you for free? And then you're going to bring them on to your business. And they're going to be like, hey, can I call up? Can I intern? And they're going to get so much shit done. It's an equal exchange because, number one, you already went through the hells of fire. You already went through all the trial and error. And you're just giving it to them for free. And they're working for free. Or you can pay them as well, obviously. But it's human capital, right? So the 3 capitals that I just talked about right there, intellectual capital, right? That's step 1. Step 2, start building your social capital. Step 3, human capital. Once you have those 3 things in check, what that will do is it will naturally help your financial situation out. All right? It'll naturally change your financial capital. Naturally change your financial situation. As you're learning more, as you're making more impact through your social capital, as you're humanizing the opportunity, or humanizing and giving people the opportunity to learn from you and work from you, you are naturally increasing your wealth. You're naturally increasing your financial situation. Okay? That's what you got to do. And I'm telling you this right now because if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't be in the position that I am in now. Right? Like, once you get to the point of your social capital and you need to increase that, what you can do is you can literally digitize your information. You can digitize your intellectual capital and make a shit ton of more money with that. Get through these 3 things. Get through these 3 capitals. You'll make a lot of money. It's changed my life. All right? And it's going to change yours. And then, as you have those and you're growing and you're only obsessing about these things, guess who's going to hit you up again? Guess who's going to somehow stumble across your DMs and be like, whoa, who the fuck is this guy? Start liking your shit. Start texting you, hey, I've been thinking about you. Like, all that stuff. Like, it's going to happen. All right? And I want you guys to believe that because it's happened to me twice. All right? And I'm about to do it again on a 3rd time. All right? But trust me, every guy has this chapter in their book where they're really going through it, where the one that they thought they were going to fall in love with, the one that they were going to have kids with, just disappoints them. Okay? And then you have a decision to make. And that decision is, am I going to allow this moment, this low point in my life, to eat me up, and I just keep on doing all the things that keep me depressed, like sitting around eating nachos all day, sitting around playing video games all day, not contributing to the future of what I really want, right? Or am I going to become that person that takes action, actually starts learning, and transmuting that negative energy into something that's positive and abundant? Okay? Trust me. I've done it. I got my heart broken in 2017, right? Ended up rekindling with the girl like almost 5 years later. It took that long, but you gotta be patient, bro. Like, you gotta be patient on me. Another one was talking about this one girl for like hours and hours and hours. Obsessed with her. We used to call her LD. And all my homies would be like, hey, like, why don't you just hit her up? Why don't you just hit her up? I'd be like, no, because like, I want it to be natural, right? I don't want to go out of my own way and like hit her up. If the universe puts us together because of my efforts of working on myself and becoming a man of value, then I'll hit her up, then I'll talk. And guess what? It happened. It took 2 years. So anything that you are going through right now, any low point, if you're trying to get some closure, you're not going to get it, bro. But you have to work on yourself, because she'll come back. I promise you, she'll come back. But you have to work your ass off. All right? You have to work your ass off. You have to become a person of value. You need to trust your intuition. You need to bet on yourself. You need to have so much faith, and you have to believe in something that you cannot see. Because what other option do you have? Could you imagine if you sat there and you're doing nothing, and she were to text you back and ask you, hey, what are you up to? And then you say, oh, nothing much, the same old shit. Is that a man of value? Is that the story that you want to tell her? Right? Because when she hit me back up, I was in Toronto. I was living in Toronto. I moved to Miami. I was living in Aiden Ross's building. I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year. Tens of thousands of dollars every single month. Did my first 7-figure month in 2023 of the winter time. Right? Dude, you have to lock in. You have to change your mindset. Whatever it is, like, the truth is that you're going to have to allow time to do its thing. Now, I can't tell you and guarantee you when she's going to hit you back up, but I will tell you that it will happen. But you have to be patient. There's a saying that goes, the further you are away from somebody, the stronger the bond will become. So do your absolute best as a man to get as far away as possible. Get as far away as possible from the life that you are living right now. Far away from as possible from the habits you are living right now. Rewire your brain. Start thinking more abundantly. And wait. If you made it this far in this video, it means that you understand what I'm saying. And you believe that this will happen for you too. If you made it this far into this video, it means that you're hurting. And you just need some guidance. You need somebody to relate with you. You need somebody to build a connection with you and really go through it and just grind. If you made it to the end of this video, you're ready to make change. And you understand and you accept everything that person has done to you. All the sleepless nights, all the anxiety, all the depression, all of it. And you want to make a change. Well, that's why I created a community, and it's absolutely free. You can join it down below. And that's why I'm going to be helping you guys out with starting your own online business. That changed my life. That changed Dylan Mamby's life. That did over $600,000 in a year. That changed MC Kelsey's life. That changed Vitor and Miri, both siblings' lives, to make tens of thousands of dollars a month. That changed Teep's life. That changed Blake's life. That changed my life. That changed Philip's life. That changed Chris Zita's life. That changed Chaso Chenthen, his life. All those things. All these people that I have made an impact for. They all changed their lives within a year, right? And if for whatever reason that you can't figure it out within a year, you just didn't work hard enough. But I'm telling you right now, with my systems, with the vehicle that I'm going to be giving you, and the mental frameworks, the mindset, you will attract her back into your life. All right? I was able to make my first tens of thousands of dollars with dropshipping. It's a method where you're the middleman between your supplier and your customer. And every time that your that your Shopify store gets a order, you're going to ship it out. Okay? So, with that being said, what I want to be able to do is offer you the opportunity to book a call with myself to see if there's anything that I can do to help you out. And I'm saying this from a homie to homie level. Even if you're a girl and stuff like that, and you are going through it, and the guy that you're essentially talking to is just not meeting your expectations for what you want, then you can book a call too, because I understand your situation too. I've studied all the universal laws, and it's helped me re-attract people back into my life. And I want this for you guys. It's not that hard, but you gotta allow time to do its thing. It's not going to be easy, but however, there's going to be a lot of growth, because if you can agree, and if you made it this far, you can comment the word yes if you agree that, pain and suffering is the only way that you're going to grow. Okay? And if you haven't gone through enough pain and suffering, then you're probably not growing, and you're remaining stagnant, and you're doing the things that are keeping you in the same place, that are keeping you upset. So, if you want to learn from myself, and you want to learn the vehicle that helped my life, that saved me, you can book a call down below. It's completely free. I'm only working with people that are absolutely serious, that want to change their life, that understand that it's going to be a long ride, It's not gonna be no get quick rich scheme. It's literally just gonna be like, okay, how can I position myself to think more with abundance, with more clarity, and things like that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. I enjoyed this walk. I was running around, literally walking around this circle thing for like a hot minute. And I'm in one of the richest neighborhoods in Toronto right now. And I'm really enjoying myself. It's a beautiful day, summer. But hopefully you guys enjoy the value here. There's 3 things. Intellectual property or intellectual capital, your social capital, as well as your human capital. And as long as you focus on those 3 things, you choose the right vehicle, you learn the right mental models, right? You gather the right systems, read the right books, you surround yourself with really, really good people, and then you digitize your intellectual property, your intellectual capital, then you will become successful. And then everything after that is just eliminate, automate, and delegate. And you'll never have to worry about money again. I guarantee you, if my shit doesn't work, I'll work for free for you for a hot minute. I'll work for free for you until it absolutely brings you the results that you want and it changes your life. I'm here for the long run. I'm not here for no short run. I'm here to the point that, you guys really attract the person that you want back into your life. That's what I'm doing. But aside from that, just to cap off the video, for the homies, we're in the park. These are the people that I surround myself with every single day. And they're crushing it. So, if you want it, just book a call down below. And I'll talk to every single one of you guys. I'm here to work with really good people. I'm here to build connections. I'm here to build relationships. And I want to talk to you as a friend, from homie to homie. We're gonna make it happen. Peace.